Are you plain bored of woodworking? Get excited again with Fisheye's Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit. Fisheye's Sandpaper Kit comes with everything you see here. Just pick your paper, spread the glue, and shake on the sand. Voila! Beautiful handcrafted sandpaper. And if you act now, we'll include candy sprinkles absolutely free. What better way to say I love you than with a gift of sandpaper? Fisheye's Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit is just $19.99 wherever crappy gifts are sold.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 53 of the Hour Before Thursday Night Live. It's Thursday, October 13th, 2022. And before we get started, I'd just like to remind you of our rules. There's no politics, no religion, no racism, and kindness and respect are required of everybody in the chat. And you have the right to free speech, but not here. My channel, my rules. Anyway, that was a rocky start, but speaking of rocky, here's my co-host, Jim Boshart.
Wow, that was the ultimate of panic mode. You hit live button and then poof, you go away.
I know. I hit the live button and the internet went down here.
Poof.
And I yelled at everybody and then it came back. So how are you doing today, Jim?
Doing very well. Thanks for asking.
Good. Been looking flying today?
Flying today? No, I won't be flying until I see you next week.
Okay, good. We'll fly next week.
Okay, date.
Hey, we got a guy in the green room.
Looking forward to it.
We've had him booked.
Long time now.
The famous, all the way from his studio, his former master bedroom studio in Colorado, it's John Oz.
What's up, everybody?
Hey. How's it going there, Sean?
It's going, man. I'm busy as can be lately.
That's good. It's good to be busy. You're making lots of money, no doubt.
Yeah, the tattoo studio is going well. I've got so many videos I'm working on. I just got the Action 3, we got the GoPro 11, we got the X3, we've got the Avata. I mean, every year they just come out with too much stuff on the same month.
And you have to have it all, right?
And all that disposable income. Good for you.
It's all a write-off. You know, you got to spend your money on something, or the government takes it. So
you have to be able to satisfy the 45,500 subs you got, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm not making enough anymore. I was making enough that buying all this stuff was no big deal. But like a year and a half or about a year and a couple months ago, I pretty much started deserting YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
And whoever tells you that YouTube doesn't punish you when you don't constantly upload is incorrect. They definitely punish the hell out of you. And I saw my monthly income drop from over 2,000 down to like $120 over the year.
No kidding.
And it's now that the last few months I've been sort of pumping it out again. It's slowly growing. We're back up to like 3 something a month. So it's not quite enough to really pay for all this stuff, but I am working on a second channel. I've been really outlining it, trying to come out and do it right, with everything I've learned from this channel. Yeah. And that one's actually going to be more of my own reality show about tattooing and cool. The story of the people getting tattooed, as well as my story of how I ended up here in the mountains and all the crap that's happened to me throughout my life, Yeah.
So what's the busiest season for you? Like, you get tourists coming to Colorado.
So right now is what they call mud season, even though it's not really muddy. It's probably the slowest month right now. And really? December by Christmas will be slammed all the way until September or so. September is usually not too bad, but October and November are the slowest.
Wow. Okay. Because like now you've got the change of leaves that's probably bringing people in. Or?
Yeah, we call those gapers because their mouth is. But then they come up, they bring their money, and I don't complain.
Oh, that's good. Now I was going through your channel. I came across a video with 1 million views.
Oh, I think I have one video with over 20 million views now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. The one that struck me though was the countdown timer.
Oh yeah. There's a story behind that. So that was when I first really started getting into YouTube, I guess 7 years or so ago now.
Wow.
And I was dating the girl that we broke up last year, 10 years, and her daughter was probably 3 or 4 at the time. Maybe she was 4 or 5 at that time, maybe even 6 by then. But she would go to brush her teeth and she'd be like, done. So I made her a 2-minute timer, put it on YouTube, threw it up there, and made her watch that while she brushed her teeth or listen to it. And it's been so crazy because that blew up. And at one point I was like, maybe I should just make a channel about timers, all different length timers, because not only has it made me, I could look and see how much money that one video has made. I'm actually curious now because that still pops up as one of my most viewed videos.
Well,
And
what? I was reading the comments. Apparently teachers are using that in school.
yes. It's so flattering, and kids will get on there and be like, hey, my teacher did this, or I use this when I play Minecraft or whatever. And it's so cool to see.
It's
So,
you come up with these videos and they become legacy, right? They just keep coming back and coming back and coming back.
so I don't know if this is a show. Let me see. You can at least see the graph, right?
Yeah.
Where it started, and that's a lifetime view. You can see where it peaked during COVID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it got really high during COVID, but it's made me $1,400 on that 2-minute timer. That was to have my stepkid brush her teeth.
Not
And in the last 48 hours, it's gotten 74,000 views.
In the last how long?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not that video. That's all my videos together.
Oh,
Let me see that particular video. Let's go in the last. It doesn't do 48 hours here. We can do the last 7 days. It's gotten 13,000 views in the last week.
I think I've had 13,000 views lifetime.
No, but I mean, this is the one that blows my mind. Let me see if I can find how to work this real quick on my phone. Let's do lifetime. And so I did a short, and I'm sure some of your people in the chat know. I know Chris knows.
Turtle mode.
It was turtle mode. I got the DJI FPV and I was like, oh, this is cool. Even though there's turtle mode on regular FPVs, I found it fascinating the way the DJI FPV computer system inside did it. That it analyzed where it was leaning and it would correct it the right way. And so I did a couple videos, and this particular one, since published, I'm sorry, it's not 20 million views. I was very wrong. It's only just over 13 million views. But shorts weren't monetized, so I didn't make any money off of that.
No. Oh, man.
And then on my next short, which is another turtle mode in the grass, is 1.9 million views. Then the Jeopardy timer, I guess for some reason, that's got 1 million views. And then one of my favorites is an old video, is the drone spying on the girl in the shower.
That's
got 700.
I didn't look at. I didn't watch the video, but I saw that was way up there.
We should share that one. Share that one, at least the beginning part, because what it was is 7-8 years ago. I don't know who was flying drones in the chat here, but if you were, we were calling them quads, and we never called them drones. We were very against calling them drones because the media, drones were the big things the government used to blow people up and stuff. So we were adamant to keep that name off of them so that people wouldn't be scared of them. Yeah. And everyone in the world thought at that time that if someone was flying a drone, they were spying in your window. So I made this video, which was a parody of what people thought, put on a wig, got out there creeping in the bushes, had my girlfriend at the time pretend like she was taking a shower, and she threw the towel out the window at the drone. And then I go into what drones really see. And we go eye level at the window on a second story, about 10 feet away from the window. Then we go about 20 feet away. Then we go up about 50 feet off the ground. And instantly you can't see in anybody's windows.
Yeah.
So it was really to try to tone the fear that was around them at the time.
Yeah. Well, I've done that here. Is I've gone up to a window at the house to see if I could see, people watching TV, and can't see it. Can't see a damn thing. No,
at night you can see a little better, but nowadays, at that time, no drones had any kind of zoom, none.
Yeah.
Right, unless you spent like 10 grand on one of the movie ones or whatever. But nowadays, it's a little different.
Oh man, so You've got quite a variety of cameras too, eh?
Cameras, yeah, yep. I mostly action cameras and 360s. What I'm using right now is a Canon Rebel T7i to do the live stream.
Okay.
I was using that for a long time for everything, but once these cameras got built-in stabilization, and I film 90% of my stuff during the day.
Yeah.
The DSLR is now a very expensive webcam.
Yeah. Now you have a lot of snowboarding content too, eh?
I do. Every winter it becomes a challenge to fly drones because it's cold and there's snow on the ground pretty much. Usually it's already on the ground by now. We are having a late start to the season.
Mm-hmm.
But typically by our Halloween, the mountains open. By Thanksgiving, the snow is on the ground for sure. And it stays on the ground till May or so. So I still do drone content during the snowboarding. I try to get out off the resorts because you can't fly drones at the resorts legally.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Although there are some spots you can sneak to and do it. But, they're crowded. You can't fly through crowds. I mean, imagine a Skydio, me going down with hundreds of people around me and I bank and the Skydio recorrects itself and smacks some kid. You just can't do it.
Well, I find that too, is you always avoid crowds. I went to a park the other day and there was 2 people in the park, right? I thought, oh, geez. Well, I can film with 2 people in the park, but what I did was I walked across the field and talked to the 2 people and said, I'm going to be flying a drone here. Do you mind if you're seen on camera? And oh no, that's great. And I said, well, I tell you what, I said, if the footage is interesting, I'll feature you in the video. They said, yeah, okay, go ahead.
That's more than I do. I don't say anything to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I try to hide.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing is, you'll very rarely see me flying in a video. What I do is I wear something dark and stand under a tree. So I don't interrupt the scenery. Right.
Yeah. That is a trick to try to get the shots. And occasionally I leave myself in the shots because it's rare that I'll post a drone only video, like just the footage, right? Yeah. Usually it's me going, oh, can it fly at 13,000 feet above sea level? And so I'm talking to the camera because I found a long time ago, I would just post 5 to 10 minutes worth of edited drone footage and people will watch literally maybe 10% of that. You might get someone to watch a minute, if you're lucky, 2 minutes of solid drone footage, if you're lucky. Yeah. I found if I would break that up and come back and talk to the camera again and then go back to the footage or something like that, people tend to watch longer.
Yeah, that's a good tip, and that's something I should probably do. Somebody's encouraged me to do voiceovers even,
that helps as well. Anything to just, especially the TikTok generation, right? They got a 7-second attention span. Like if whoever came to that spin up that Kelly did where I spoke, I'm not sure if you guys watched it online that year or that clip.
Oh, yeah. I watched everything online.
So I did a standalone of my speech. I think I did, and put that up as well. I could be wrong. I can't remember. But the speech was basically, how I edit my videos. And I talked about how a drone video by itself, people get off of it real quick. If you mix it with a little bit of other stuff, they watch it a little longer. But then if you mix in and you put a story to it as well, and you can still put tons of drone footage in it, you get people to watch 60% versus 10%.
Yeah. Or even if the drone video itself is telling a story, like if it looks like a story,
Yeah, I mean, if you could even put some text on it or something to have something from their brain to do something besides just watch drone video. Now, I did start a second channel a couple years ago, which I sort of abandoned when I had my appendix out. It was a nature channel, and I was using cameras, and I would go out and film a video for this channel, and then just set the GoPro down on a stream, and then walk away and go film somewhere else, and it would film for like an hour of just scenic noises and water and stuff, and then I would pop that up for like an hour or 2 hours worth, or I think I got a 4-hour video up there, but that is one of those evergreen type channels, which I keep meaning to go back and get back on. But I found also with the drone shots when they were longer, same thing. People only watch a couple minutes out of a 10-minute one.
Yeah. What happened to my sound?
You're fine.
Oh, okay.
I just stopped talking.
Oh.
I do that every once in a while.
Sean took a breath.
I just clicked over there to see how many people were watching. I clicked on another one, and
Should we mention hashtag THBTHB for some stickers?
Let's do. I'm just going to throw up that banner there. So if you enter hashtag THBTHB, we'll do a sticker draw. That's the hour before to win stickers. THBTHB. And
not THC.
So I'm going to grab something real quick.
Okay. Well, while he's away, I'll say hello to Barkley from 107 Drones, and Mike from Aerosnapper, and Warren from Akura Show, and Art from Artco Drone Solutions is here, and Rob C from Rob Camarda from Aviano. Little Short Boshart's here. Max is here. Don from Mudball is here. Dominic from Northside Hawk. Ray Kelly has finished up his dinner and he's back.
Hey, Ray.
And Steven Drones. Chris Waters. Chris, I just got an envelope from Chris Waters. Let's just open up and see what's in here. Wishing you the highest confidence. Let me just see what's inside. Oh, it's stickers. All right. Good stuff. There's the confidence meter. I really needed that because it was stolen with my drone. And I got one of those, and I got the dinosaur sticker. That's cool. Thank you so much. I still had one. I've got the Wall of Fame is down, but Chris's sticker is on his picture on the wall. So, and just so everybody knows, the color picture this week on the wall is Sean Oz.
So this is not drone related at all, but if you've seen me do live stuff before, typically I have readers on to read all the chat, and tonight I don't need them. I've been wanting to do a video about this. This is an eye drop that came out a while ago, and my eye doctor put me on it, and it actually dilates your pupil, and you can read close up without glasses again.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, so hold on.
It's called Vuity, Vuity. And I've been using it for months now. It's almost like you're wearing sunglasses. It's similar to, you ever seen the glasses with the dot in them, and you can it makes your pupil.
You're closing up the aperture.
Mm-hmm, exactly. That's what it does.
But
I don't use them at night usually because it's like you're wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
Like during the day and the light out there, it's fine. But at night, it sucks.
It closes the aperture, so your depth of field is narrower, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. No. When you open the aperture, your depth of field is wider when it's open, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to wrap my head around my photography now. So it shrinks your pupils to give you a smaller aperture. It's a squinter.
Yeah, Chris, it does shrink your pupils. They make them like pin size.
Yeah. Cool. And and Wayne B is here, and so is Tammy Jean. Those are the two that I missed in the here we go. There we go. All right. Greater depth with smaller aperture. Right. Okay. I got it. So yeah. So electric skateboards, you're doing some of that work too, eh? Is that just a review thing, or?
No, I've always skated my whole life. And so I got into the electric skateboards a few years ago, and I've been taking a break off of them ever since I had that horrible crash on one and shattered the hell out of my collarbone.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that was July 4th. Just the brakes activated from 21 miles per hour to 0, and I went flying, try to catch myself. Then I'm so used to snowboarding and rolling when you fall. Tried to roll, caught the shoulder, and just, man, it was some of the worst pain I've ever experienced.
Nasty stuff. Yeah. So given what was it? An error in the flight controller?
Pretty much. It was either that or somehow I bumped the brake on my leg. And
Pilot error.
I usually have a damn camera filming when I'm doing this, and I didn't that day. So I couldn't review the footage to see what actually was the cause.
Yeah.
But the plate has been in there. Well, I went into the surgery, I think, on the 6th or 7th. And I got motion back in the arm. So I'm starting to do things again. But at the same time, the plate constantly hurts. So now the doctor's talking about, if it's still hurting by the end of November, going back and removing the plate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So you and Boshart both have plates and artificial parts.
And I would be okay if they remove the plate. I'm not looking forward to the surgery to do it, but I'm still doing active stuff. I'm still skateboarding. I'm still doing the snowboarding. And if you fall again and hit it, you now have a break point on each side of that plate. Which is supposedly more prone to break than if you didn't have the plate in there.
Yeah, there's no flexibility in the plate, so everything.
Well, the plate is little pieces, so it actually is a movable plate to some degree.
Oh yeah, that's cool. They should make it out of spring steel or something.
It hurts, man. Like you can feel the screws in it, and all. It constantly hurts.
I hate that. I hate that. When you get an injury that you're always reminded of, and I got this one, and
Yeah, every time somebody talks about an operation, I just cringe because
I'll tell you, I didn't mind the operation. When they put me to sleep, when I woke up, that was the best rest I've had in a long time.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, I guess.
That's what Michael Jackson did, I guess.
Yeah.
So they did it too much.
Propofol, though, it's amazing. Have you ever seen them use propofol?
No.
Oh man, my wife, they used propofol on my wife, and I was in the OR when they were doing it. And the doctor says to the anesthetist, put her out. And she goes out like a light. You can see the stuff going down the tube, and it's white like milk. And as soon as it hits the needle, she's gone. And then he says, bring her back. And he stops it, and she comes. It was like she was never gone. It's like a switch. It's unbelievable. Now, I guess
I actually asked the doctor if he could put me back to sleep. Like I had a rough year, and I was in this peaceful, really awesome dream, and woke up and was like, man, I want to go back to there. Like, I don't like my real day-to-day right now. I want to just go back to that.
Did anybody put in the hashtag yet?
Yeah, we've got seven entries so far.
7 entries. Oh, well, how come let me put that banner back. Is that a banner? There we go. Well, that's not a banner. It's okay, hide that one. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's not showing as a banner. It's just showing as the little
big sign.
Ba-doom. Boy, okay. Now, community connections. You've got a lot of people, Sean, in the community that come to you. You go to them. You did the Dobo tattoo, and you've done these meetups. And were you part of the organizing group for Spin Down?
Yeah, Spin Down that 1 year. Usually Spin Down is the day after Spin Up, hosted with the event. When COVID came, we decided to just do Spin Down up here and split it. Kelly and I are actually talking about maybe doing it again this spring, maybe late May or very early June. We haven't locked anything in. And if Kelly's not down for it, depending on where I'm at, I might actually call it something else and just host a little meetup, because a lot of people have been wanting to come up here and fly. Yeah, there's some beautiful areas to fly. There's a gazebo I can rent for a half day. So I would probably have to charge everybody like $10-20 or something, to cover the cost of the gazebo. I think it's like $400 or $500 to rent it.
Yeah.
But, if enough people were interested, I'd put it on with or without Kelly, just to have a little meetup up here.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. We had a meetup here in Ontario. There was 4 of us.
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive from the airport. So if somebody flies in here, when we did it with Kelly, I got some sponsors. We got Skydio to send some swag, and some DJI had some swag, and
Oh, that's cool.
T-shirts and things like that. And then we bought pizza for everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. That's all right. I've got plans, and I haven't quite made the reservations yet, though. We're flying down to Florida for the South Florida drone meetup.
Nice.
Ray Kelly and the guys. So are you going to that, Jim?
Well, the plan was to do that because I was expected to go back to work on November, so I would accrue some vacation time. But now with my news yesterday of not going back until the new year, it might be tough for me to get some time off in April.
Well, just tell them you're working on your other knee.
Okay.
If you need a note, just let me know.
Yeah. Signed Epstein's mom.
Epstein's mom.
Yeah, I actually fly out tomorrow to go to California. Don't know how many videos I'll actually make. I'm flying out, going to Santa Monica. I'm renting a 2022 Corvette, so I'll probably make a video at least about that car.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're doing Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, a day at the beach on Sunday. And then Monday we're doing Disney, then Venice Beach, and come back that day on Tuesday.
All I heard out of that was horror. Oh, horror. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sort of a horror fanatic. If anyone's ever paid attention to my channel for a while, in the background, well, you can't see it right now, but I got a real Freddy glove that's been hanging in the background of my studio since I started doing this years ago.
Good stuff. So will you be meeting any of the California gang when you go to Florida?
No, I'm going with a girl that I started dating, so we're gonna stay just us.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. So in a new relationship, and this is the house.
Yeah, don't know where it's going yet, but we'll see after this weekend. 5 days together, we'll see where it goes from there.
Well, 5 days makes all the difference, right?
That's usually the time frame that I need to keep her or get rid of her.
Yeah. Now this is the same house you've had all along. I thought you were moving.
So when everything started falling apart, not last March that just happened, but the one before, when the 10-year relationship started to end, we were notified literally within a month that the owners of this house were coming back and we had to move out. And where I live here in Summit County, there's a housing crisis all over, but it's a severe housing crisis here. Like, it is almost impossible to find a place to rent. So I thought I was going to have to move. I was like, at that point, I was going to just live in the back room of my shop, and, everything was falling apart. So I got lucky. I called the owners of the house and was like, would you consider selling me the house? And I gave them my top dollar offer that I could do. They came back and said, we'll do it for $5,000 less than that because we know it needs a new driveway. And I was like, you're doing it for less than I offered? Done. So bought the house, and that's mine now.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Took a lot of stress off, not having to worry about where I was going to sleep,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Homelessness isn't good. Even if you're a tattoo artist.
Yeah. I mean, it would have sucked because at the shop, it would have saved a lot of money, but with everything that happened from that date, because it was June when she left, and pretty much June through December, we were talking as if we were getting back together. And then something happened in December that, I went out to propose to her, and some new dude was at her house in California. And so then I just spiraled, and that screwed me up for a while.
You kept the receipt for the ring though, right?
I let her keep it.
Oh,
I didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't want the money. I just let her keep it. That's her mistake. She can keep the ring and always remember that I was the one that got away. So
yeah. Well, good for you. Good for you. Good for you for getting over it,
Yeah.
Finally. It took a while.
Yeah.
Hey, glass half full. I lost 45 pounds in 2 months. So
I don't think that's the proper way
205 to
to
like
do it.
160. And now I'm going to the gym all the time, so I'm putting on muscle, and like I'm in probably some of the best shape I've been in since I was like 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Round is a shape because I'm in a good shape.
Round is a shape.
That,
Yeah. I'm pear shaped.
yeah.
I got the circle thing. Let me just see. Where am I on the circle? Oh yeah, big day today.
But I again, glass half full, because the girlfriend I'm dating is in her 20s. So
Oh,
it's like almost
I
half my
actually
age. Yeah.
just throw it in her face. Throw it in her face.
my daughter's in her 20s, so
I didn't know, man. Okay, I didn't know how old she was. She didn't know how old I was. By the time we figured it out, it's too late.
yeah. Well, that
And
My
it is
wife-
2022. I identify as a 39-year-old, and you have to accept that.
there you go. Okay. I married way younger than me, but back then, way younger was only like 7 years difference. So
Well, my ex prior, the 10-year one, we were about 14, 15 years difference. This one, we're like more like 20 something years difference. So,
well,
Good work if you can get it. I'll tell you that
I
much.
take her out for dinner. She says, "Thanks, Dad."
I actually got carded the other day for the first time buying booze with her. Like, I
No
was like,
kidding.
"Damn, dude, this is amazing."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was at a motorcycle rally in Laconia, New Hampshire, and they were carding everybody. And the lady in front of me got carded. They said, "Can I see your ID?" She gave her the guy she showed her the ID, and then she says, hugged him, and she says, "I love you." she hadn't been carded in years. I love you. No, that's always a compliment to get carded, though, I would think.
Yeah, it didn't bother me either way.
Yeah. And my daughter still gets it at 24 sometimes, so
Yeah.
Well,
I think they're supposed to card you until you look like you're in your 30s. So that's usually most restaurants or bars rules.
Yeah. Are we gonna pull that draw now, or what's our deal?
We have 11 entries.
11
I'm going to
entries.
24.
Okay, last chance. Last chance for THBTHB to win stickers. That's the hour before to win stickers. Anybody? Hello? Is this thing on?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
All right.
That's it. Nobody else. You can share that screen, can't you?
There it is. Can you see it?
Yep. Draw it.
Boom. Sunrise.
Sunrise Media. Okay, I'll send you whatever stickers I got. It's like a sticker exchange. Congratulations, Chris. Akarasho, of course, says rigged.
Yeah, always rigged.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, good. All right. Geez, we got 20 minutes to go. Anything else you want to tell us, Sean?
I got a question.
Sure.
Going back to that Jeopardy timer, is that not a copyrighted music?
That is not the official version of Jeopardy.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a tweak.
Because people in the comments were saying that was the best version they had.
That works.
Yeah. No, it was that was a good one,
Yeah, plus I think it might be so old, even if it was, that it's still fair use probably by this point.
Yeah. Okay.
But from what I understand, that the version I found to make that was slightly altered.
Hi, Uncle Bill.
Yeah, and I would imagine it would be hard to find a 2-minute version of it, because wasn't it?
It was 30 seconds, and I just looped it.
Oh, okay. Because you did a great job of looping it.
Thank you. I used to be in a band and do all the music producing stuff too.
Can you imagine? I sat and watched it for 2 whole minutes just to watch the.
And you weren't even writing a test or brushing your teeth.
Yeah. The hardest part was actually getting the timer to actually line up with it perfectly.
I take my teeth out and brush them.
Yeah. there's that horror movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man. Let's see. Oh, Uncle Bill's Toys has joined us in the chat, and I also saw Darren from DWE UAVP and John from Flying Flynn Media. So they're new to us. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, these people could have been anywhere else.
Anywhere.
Oh, they had to be here to see Sean.
Yeah.
You know, so
They're here for you guys, not me.
Oh no. Yeah, and of course you'll be in our outro. So make sure you watch the outro because you're the highlight of the outro.
Okay, all right.
Because I change the outro every week, just like I change the board every week. I change the outro every week. So
see if I can figure out how to do this real quick.
we got another Sean here. Hi, Sean.
That's the car I rented.
Oh, there's Sean from Geeks Vaughn is there. Where's the car? What?
Is it not showing?
No, I didn't see it.
I put it in the share screen, so it should be down below. Is it?
Nope.
Oh, it didn't work. Let me try again.
Not if it's a picture.
Did they get rid of being able to share pictures on this thing?
It's called Present now.
Where's that? Under slides?
No.
Oh,
Invite and settings.
Huh.
Yeah.
You had trouble with this too, didn't you, Jim?
Yeah. Don, I'm not
this
worried.
is different than it used to be.
Yeah, see, you got to get back onto that YouTube thing.
Yeah.
This is StreamYard. I don't know why they would change it. Yeah, huh. Yeah, they definitely made it a bigger pain in the butt.
Here's a new picture.
Uncle Extra Medium on a t-shirt. There you
Thanks,
go.
Don.
Oh, Don.
Mudball Creative came up with that little caricature for me.
Very good. Very good. And and Jim's joining us here. He's late. Jim, we're flying this next week, aren't we? Sometime.
Sure.
Pick a day, and we'll make sure that Jim and Wayne know. And maybe I'll post it in the Ontario Drone Community Facebook page.
Well, the weather on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looked like rain. So,
well, we could do it Thursday because I don't do a show next Thursday.
Don't you?
No.
Oh,
I only do it the hour before Ken Herron comes on, and he doesn't come on next week.
Ken who? Oh yeah.
Ken Herron.
Sean, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were co-hosting and I did the weekly Boshart and it was the Helium, when I was speaking with Helium, the squeaky voice?
I do remember that. Now that you mention it, I do, yes.
Yeah. You said, what
I
kind
haven't
of
done something like
jackass
Ken in a
was
while.
this guy?
I have a hard time doing these streams with people because I work this day and these hours. So you got with me so far in advance, I was able to schedule it. But typically I'm working till like at least 9 o'clock my time, you know?
Yeah. Well, here's the joy of doing every second Thursday. We used to do every Thursday, and it was always pressure to get a guest. And then I started booking ahead, right? I've already got somebody for 2 weeks from now. So I can take a weekend off, relax, and not have to worry about what's coming up next week.
Nice.
So I've got 2 weeks before I have to start worrying about whoever's coming on 2 weeks after that. Right. And
yeah, for a little while there, I was doing live streams every week too. And it is time consuming to get it all set up. I was having a guest, and mine wasn't about the drone community. Mine was choosing different YouTubers who I felt were doing a good job from small to big, and interviewing them about their story and their journey, how they got onto YouTube and how they became to the point that they're at and where they're hoping to go with it.
Well, what got you started in YouTube?
So I've always liked video stuff, from the band and making videos with the band to wanting to do Hollywood stuff when I lived in Huntington Beach. I've done some short movies before. I've been on the news and Jerry Springer and a bunch of other stuff. So I've always just really liked the whole video thing. And I started doing Halloween stuff. When I first started, I was doing airbrush tutorials, showing people how to sort of draw and paint with an airbrush and then make up every Halloween, like zombies and devils and, you know, really gory stuff.
Yeah.
And when a buddy of mine who has passed away, he was getting into the drones when like the original Phantom was out and stuff. And he just pushed them on me because I was into RC cars. I raced nitro RC cars.
Oh yeah.
So I was super into that. And he was just pushing me with the drones. And I'll be honest, if the drones didn't have cameras on them for editing and doing what we do with them, I'd be bored out of my mind with them. I'd be done with them. Yeah, that's probably why you'll see like gaps where all of a sudden you don't see any drone content come up for a while, because I do get bored of drones. I'm not like a lot of the people in the community that watch all the drone channels and all that. I skim them every now and then, but
Yeah.
they do bore me sometimes.
Yeah.
Now the FPV stuff has sort of reignited some of that love that I used to have for them. But after 8 years, I mean, or more, that makes sense that it's probably more like 9 years or more now that I've been doing drone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not all on YouTube, but yeah, so the FPV stuff has been fun to just fly, even if I don't do anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Because, you know, I fly to get footage, and then, you know, I'll get an hour of footage and cut it down to 2 minutes because all of it's garbage, right? You know, and you've got to make it fit the music, and you've got to keep your clips down under 7 seconds or something, right? Just to keep people engaged. What I used to do when I first started is I'd sit my wife right in this seat, and I'd sit over in the seat next to us, and I'd have her watch the video, and I'd watch her eyes. And if her eyes moved, I'd write down the time and cut that.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't interesting.
See, if I did that with my ex and I was trying to show her a drone only video, I'd get 30 seconds and done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and still on a 2-minute video, if you get a minute and a half or a minute, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
You know.
No, he ain't.
Boshart.
No, he ain't.
Yeah, that one of these days I'm going to make a video explaining about the whole Jerry thing and what it was like, and how it's rigged and what it was like behind the scenes. And it was a crazy experience.
You know, and here's a guy that tells a story. Kenny Cardoso is in the chat, and there's a guy who tells a story without ever saying a word. It's mostly like hotel reviews and things like that. But as cinematic as they get, you know, and he flies a Spark.
Oh, nice.
It's unbelievable, the stuff. And he's given me a lot of, just by watching his stuff and sometimes in chats, he's given me some great advice on how to use parallax to make, to make video more interesting and stuff like that. And maybe some of the time I overuse it. You know, I do a lot of these reveal shots. It's like one reveal after another, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting watching the community. And and there's Tom from Lens Capture Online, and I'll have to make sure I give him a moderator thing. And I just made World of Oz a moderator, so there you go. So you can come into my chat anytime and delete whoever you want.
For the longest time, I just had my when I first started, my channel was World of Oz, and then I switched it to my name, Sean Oz. And then at some point, I decided that World of Oz was more fitting because I do so much of variety of content.
Yeah.
And it let me come up with more of a logo, you know, with like the mountains and, you know, this little drone flying over the mountains, because, you know, that's where I'm at.
And you're in Summit Valley?
Summit. Just Summit.
Okay. because you said Summit Valley, and I thought that was sort of a yeah. How do you say one is the opposite of the other? It was because Summit and the Valley are two are yeah.
Well, I mean, there are valleys between the mountains and stuff. So
Yeah. I was amazed at the Rockies when I lived in Alberta. It wasn't Colorado, but it was the Rockies, and it's just some stunning scenery. And
there's some beautiful areas up here. It's a hard place to live though, because it is a small town. It's pretty isolated. A lot of people move in and out all the time, so it's really hard to make any long-term friends up here.
Yeah,
as soon as you make one, they move away. So it's a pretty isolating place to live.
Yeah.
Every friend I make, they move away.
Oh man. Oh, let's not get political now, Jim.
I'm not. I'm just saying I'm an ass to live next door to.
There you go. And William I. Do we know William I?
No. From around, I don't know. We've seen him in chats.
Okay. Well, he's a moderator now.
Sure.
That's how good it is. Now,
welcome to the family.
Yes. And as a moderator, everybody there that's blue, you can click on anybody's channel, the three little dots next to the channel name, and make sure you're subscribed and ring their bells and do all the good stuff.
That's cool. They finally added that into the chats. We used
Yes.
to complain about that forever, that they didn't do that.
They took it out and then they allowed it just for moderators. So,
okay.
So that's why I make everybody a moderator so that they can get over there and support each other, and really that's what it's all about. Like we're a small community. There's 30 people watching right now and 25 of them like it. So,
that's pretty good.
So we're doing pretty good.
The 5 of you that didn't like it, what's wrong? Get in there. I mean, it takes a second. Click.
Yeah, but you see, they're watching on the big screen TV.
Oh, yeah, that's what we tell ourselves, right?
Right. And they don't have the little clicky button. Well, I was doing analytics the other day, and I just did a fall colors spectacular, and it got 50 views. But I was looking at the analytics, and for all the editing you do and making sure you get all the right color, and you do all the stuff, 55% watch it on a phone.
Mine's more like 80% watch on a phone.
Oh man,
which is fine. That's why I do everything in 1080. 4K is a waste of time.
Yeah. Well, I shoot in 2.4K just to keep the file size down, and then I edit in 1080.
Yeah. Yeah. So I save 90% of my footage. So I've got right behind my computer at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 external hard drives sitting right there.
Yeah.
And so if you imagine how many I'd have if everything was in 4K.
Yeah. Well, I have
1080 is filled up 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
That's all I shoot in 4K. So yeah, I've got about 6 terabytes on my computer.
Yeah. If I was doing it professionally for a company, I might do something in 4K, but for YouTube, people can say all day that they notice a big difference on 4K on their phones, but that's they don't.
No,
that's bullshit.
Yeah. I've got a 5K monitor, but
when you get to a decent sized monitor as well as a TV, it does make a difference. But a lot of these TVs upscale and do a great job at making a 1080 look beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Chris says he watches 90% on the phone, not in full screen. So you're getting it, that big.
I rarely stretch to the full screen of the phone too.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. I very rarely watch it on the computer full screen. I got a 27-inch monitor, but I'm watching it on YouTube in theater mode, right? So I'm not looking at all the chat and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's taken up maybe a quarter of the screen, a fifth, it's so a lot of this resolution is wasted. And and John from Unlimited Verticals here too. So maybe we should let John know that we're flying next week. I've got everybody's email. So except for Wayne. Wayne won stickers and never got back to me with his address. So he never got his stickers. So Wayne, if you send me an email, I'll have your email. I'll be able to tell you when we're going somewhere, and I'll send you the stickers that I owe you. So there you go.
And it looks like Thursday at the earliest, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is rain here in Ontario.
Okay. And we'll go fly Rattlesnake Point or Milton, the conservation area up there, or whatever. So
speaking of analytics and stuff behind the scenes again, this is something I've always found very interesting, is that let me see if I can focus in on this.
There you go. Well, you had it.
Yeah.
So that's when the majority of people watch my videos.
Oh.
Which really blows my mind, because I figured it'd be more at night or during the day, but it's so early.
Yeah.
Like where the white lines or the lighter purple is.
Well, you know what? That's what I find. If I release a video at 6 o'clock in the morning, I get a ton of videos. People watch it while they're having their coffee or going,
sitting on the toilet, TikToking.
And this surprised me too, is the age range of the people watching. I expected, because it's drones and stuff, that it'd be more older people, but it's like mostly 18 through almost 30 or so, something like that.
Yeah, 25 to 34 is the biggest range there. Yeah.
And then what really blows my mind is the male to female ratio.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation with some other people that do this stuff, and like 51 drones and some of these guys, and they're like, we might have 4% females, So I don't know. I've been trying to figure out what videos I do that is broadening my audience to get 25% female or over 25% female. I can't figure out what type of videos they are, because if I knew, I'd probably do more of those.
Yeah. No, that's right. I see Mike from Night Train has finally joined us just as we're about to go off. And Lake Pilot is there. I don't think we've introduced him yet. And Joe Fotaleo. See, a lot of people think that the hour before is 1 hour before, but it's 2 hours before.
That's the hour before the hour
before
TNL.
Yeah. So anyway, stay tuned after this show. There's who is on after us?
Nobody.
No, there is. There's one in the middle.
Really?
Yeah. Al Duran, Duranify. He's on after us. And then after that is Ken Herron, who has as his guest this week, Paul Brown from
Wedge and Big.
And stay tuned after that, because 2 weeks after that, we have Wedge and Big on here. So he'll be able to discuss what happened with his court case. So anything final there, Sean?
I just want to say I appreciate you guys having me on. It's always good to jump onto other channels and meet more of the people that are actually out there watching the videos, because we do, as you know, it's a lot of work to make these things. And sometimes if people aren't commenting again and again on all the different videos, you as you grow, it's hard to keep track of everybody. So it's nice to come back down and get into something more personal like this and get to spend some time talking to the people and jumping in the chat and meeting you guys. And so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, we hope that that somebody has discovered you for the first time, and we'll see how that goes. Ken Dono's on Heron's show tonight too. You marked up Ken Dono, didn't you?
Did. Yeah, he came out and visited a couple years ago, and we did a live stream while I tattooed him.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched it live. It was interesting. It was good stuff. I'm gonna have to get my next tattoo in Colorado.
Let me know. I book out a couple months ahead of time, so just
hey, if I'm coming to Colorado, you'll know a year ahead of time.
That'll work. I don't book that far out. I don't. Once I get booked for like 2 months, I close the books.
Us old retired guys, we got to plan our. Life isn't lasting forever. We got to plan what we got, right?
You're right.
All right, Jim. Anything else?
No, just thanks a lot for coming on, Sean. We've had you booked for a while, and we're glad the day is finally here. And it was great to learn more about you.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And let me just see if I can figure out. Oh, Jesus. You know, I had this set up and now I lost it.
Yeah, because of your technical
Yeah.
difficulties at the beginning of the show.
Present video file.
Gee,
Here we
imagine
go. The outro. Good night, everybody. Thanks again for stopping by. And here we go.
Special thanks to everybody that stuck around to the end of the show of the hour before TNL. All 2,417 of you.